Welcome everyone back to a special episode of Pommy in Oz. So if you're new around here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Really helps the channel out. And this is a video request. A few of you have been asking my opinions on the Camporeale brothers. So, or twins, I suppose. We'll give them their full title. And I'm very happy to do that. I've been following them quite a bit this year. My wife hates the amount of money I spend on streaming services and getting tools to do what we're doing today. So without any further ado, if you can do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We are going to start doing 2024's draft content very early this year as well. I really want to get everyone ahead of the grain and ahead of the 8 ball because the AFL will release it late. So without any further ado, let's get straight stuck into this. And the first one we're going to look at is Mr. Benjamin. So as you can see, he's playing out at Glen Eagles at the minute. A very, very accomplished footballer. A bit of a role change this year, where he's been swinging definitely across halfback, but also on the ball. Bit of pinch hitting on the ball. Bit of Ollie Holland's type switch, but definitely dominating on that wing side without a shadow of a doubt. What is really interesting when you watch Ben play, and they are very hard to tell apart, is Ben is right-footed and Lucas is left-footed, which is very interesting. But like all South Australian boys and like all boys that you see playing Sandford under 18s, very rambunctious in his elements of his game, in the terms of he's very physical. He isn't scared of that defensive craft. Probably a little bit more defensive than his brother Lucas, but does have the ability to cross that divide and get forward. I had the privilege of watching this weekend the North Adelaide game. He was really sensational. To be fair, he was really solid, Ben. He took his 2 goals incredibly well, got really ahead of the ball, playing a little bit high half forward, but his work rate is so hard, so hard. He looks for them give and goes, and he's got a little bit of skills about him. You can see this year in the under-18 Sandford, playing obviously above his one of the younger blokes, coming in 24.1 touches, 78% disposal efficiency. That is incredible for a guy that is more of a kicker than he is a handballer when he's in with the ball. Almost 50-50, but obviously they're high numbers. 3.1 tackles, 0.5 goals, 3.7 inside 50s, 2 rebound 50s. And I'm a real big fan of what I've seen from Ben, especially with this influx there, getting him on the ball. His clearances have started to go up, particularly since the Sturt game in round 11, where he actually recorded 10. He's really started to do it. And you see, Ben, if you get a chance to watch these boys play, they really do stand out, and they really look to take the game on. But Ben, he kind of hides at the back of them packs. That's how Glenelg are playing him at the moment. Just hides behind that back of that stoppage, and he's always that like outlet ball. He's always there demanding the ball. Real hard running as well. A lot of it is selfless running, and he's not as talked about as his brother, which I think is very interesting. But in my opinion, I think there is something real about this guy. I think there is something with Ben that, for me, is screaming that he's going to be a player that's going to be a very bloomer. I'm looking at this guy and thinking, when I see that number 11 and them lanky legs, he's very like his dad. He's got that frame and size. When I look at Ben, I think, you know what? I can see you being a real late bloomer at the 182 and mid-60s. I think he will bloom really well in that last year of his development, but a real solid prospect. At the moment, Ben, when I look at it, it's very early to say because some of them are playing like Mickey Mouse football, some of them are not, but he's definitely a top 30 pick. I've got him 30 at the moment, Ben alone, and he is rising. Obviously, the standouts there, you know, Draper, Welsh, or Sullivan, players like that, but I think he'll be really good. And wingers are always not, really, to be fair, in this kind of system. Lucas, coming off the back of his MVP award, he had a really good game. And this is one of them things where you've got to really watch the games a lot. I see a lot of draft content. A lot of people get blinded by the numbers. This is correlating. So 24.9 touches, 76% disposal efficiency, 5.5 marks, works so hard offensively and defensively, 2.9 tackles, 0.1 goals. We want to see them go up a little bit. And he gets the opportunity to, but he's a very team-first player. Just under the 3, inside 50s, 2 rebound 50s, proper wingman's numbers, what you're expecting. And Lucas has been really impressive this year. There's been some games, if you want to go and check one out, round 6 Norwood, he had 40 touches. He took the piss. He really did. The goal kicking is that kind of thing that I don't think he's that type of player, but when you watch Glenn play, everything that happens, you see Lucas involved in. He is so hardworking. Although his brother kicked goals last week, right? You've got to look at it that way. Although he kicked goals last week, this guy will have been highly rated, Lucas. And like I say, his ability to get up and down on the ball is amazing. The way he keeps his width, and his left foot is a weapon. His left foot is a weapon. It's interesting. Last couple of games I've watched, particularly last week, starting to get them little dinky kicks with the right going as well. He isn't scared of doing that, but he's very evasive. Very evasive. He's really the modern day winger. When I watch him, I really see that there's probably a bit of Blake Acres in Ben, in the terms of if you're looking for where he is, in the fact that he's hardworking, he's resolute, defensive side. Lucas is definitely that modern day progressive type who is going to change games in the terms of he'll keep his width, like your Lockie Hunters of this world, who aren't scared to put the ball in the danger zone. I really like his sleight of foot, and this one is probably the more talented one traditionally at this stage. Lucas, I've got him going 15 to 14. And I think that will increase. I think these two players here, when I look at the guys in that 10 to 30 range, I think these guys are going to be in a real strong Adelaide side, and I think they'll really stand out. I think they'll really stand out because I don't think Adelaide have got anything like this. They've got some real good, rambustious type inside mids next year, particularly. Do you know what I mean? You've got Sid Draper's playing in there. Absolute terrific football. You got Tyler Welsh, terrific footballer as well. And Benny Barrett is there as well. So these are real good young kids coming through. They've got a real nice under 18 system. And I think the Camporeale brothers are going to really, really shine. And Lucas has got such a direct running pattern. He's really, really hungry for the ball. And he's definitely, like I say, that modern day guy, that modern day winger who I think is going to be exceptional. But don't sleep on Ben. Ben is a terrific footballer himself. And when they fill out, Ben could really be that Swiss Army knife who can Carlton like that. You can see Carlton have tried to acquire players that can play halfback, wing, and on the ball. Makes sense. Lucas, I think, is going to add a bit of a dynamic attacking flair. But the way he puts the ball in and the way he links in the chain, Lucas is terrific. Real team-first wingers, which is so important. Real selfless. And that is something that I look at to give you a little inkling of what I do when I'm looking at these draftees. I'm looking at how they react as a team. Because any idiot can be a superstar in junior football. All it takes is talent. To be an intelligent senior player, you've got to look at bringing them in. And Lucas and Ben are some of the best out there at working their way in the team and playing selfless football. Glenelg have got a really good system as well, and they really stand out in there. And they play a good, honest brand. So if you get a chance to check them out on the Sanford website. They have game replays and stuff. Make sure you go there because you get to see Ashton Moore as well, one of my big favourites coming into the draft this year. But that is the Camporeale brothers. Locked to Carlton, father and son, 2 top 30 picks, 1 in the top 15. And I reckon by the end of the draft year, you'll have 10 and 20 easy. I think both of these boys will be top 20. Terrific footballers. Can't wait to have them. And we'll do some more updates soon. But really good seasons from the 10 games they've both played this year. And both looking very hungry and ready to play AFL football with another year of development. See you soon.
we are rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh